Hey, how are you guys? I hope you're doing great. Today I'm making this video, and I want to make a point on this doctor called Dr. Mark Hyman. So there's a couple of things that I want to share about this character. So he's got nearly about 1 million followers on Instagram, and if you have a look at him, he is also he created the functional medicine center, I think. Functional medicine center, ifm.org, the Institute for Functional Medicine. Mark Hyman, MD. It's a world famous, just have a look at this. It is a world famous 9-time New York Times best-selling author on health and well-being, and an internationally recognized leader. So if you have a look at the functional medicine, you're going to see that you need to sign up for certification or membership. The certification costs a fortune. Needless to say, it's I don't know, but it costs a fortune to get certified. And secondly, once you become certified, you kinda are welcomed into their mafia or their group of. It's like it's sort of a license to kill or to squeeze as much money as we can from you. Squeeze out as much money as we can from you. Give me 1 second. So, why am I making this video? What's the purpose of it? One, I want you to know. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this individual because it's a whole mafia. If you have a look at his Instagram, you're going to see there are many others on there. You're going to see Dr. Terry Walls. There's I'm gonna put their other names on it. But here's the thing: there's doctors, and I don't have anything against functional medicine. I know it works because I've tried it and it does work. And I don't want you to get the impression I'm telling you it's not gonna work. It does work. But here's the thing. They're going to squeeze a lot of money out of you in order for you to get access to it. And those are very simple things. Like, for example, the way they work, it's, for example, when somebody has a problem, like a health problem, you want to get the solution like fast. Like in my case, I had always been a healthy individual, but I started having health problems because of ignorance. Like, ignorance is the root of all problems. I started having problems because I read a book where it said that a vegan diet was like the key to health and longevity. Now, later on I came to realize that that was just propaganda and I was being fooled. And I learned it the hard way. So I got into the vegan diet, not knowing anything, a lot of nutrition. I used to work in real estate back then. And then I just started developing some problems, like I had no energy. I started feeling like weak, and I was just eating plants. And then fast forward 5 years from now, I got into this whole realm trying to get my health back, and I learned that your body needs daily intakes, the daily requirements of your vitamins, minerals, trace elements, essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, and if you don't get those in the right amounts, you're just going to tear apart consistently until you develop chronic illness and then you die. So in order for you to get all those nutrients, you need to have proper digestion. Like, if you're not what you eat, like, you're really what you digest. Something that Dr. Axe says. He has more my respect than that Dr. Hyman. If you would like to get any functional doctor, just know that the consultation starts for around $500 or $300, depending on the kind of guy that you want to hire. There's another one called Justin Marquejani. He's just going to get $300. He got out of me like $2,000 or something like that. I got nothing in return. But anyways, so these guys get indoctrinated. Once you're in their club, you have that license to charge for consultations above $300. Then once you get into their consultations, they're going to tell you that you need to take these tests, right? These tests. They tell you with all this scientific nonsense and bullshit, something that is very simple, like, oh yeah, we're gonna test everything. We're gonna test your urine. We're going to test your stools. We're going to test everything. We're just going to put you tubes all over, not to check what's going on with you. Like, only with the symptoms, you could know what the problem is. But we invent the tests, so we get the most amount of money out of you. Like, for example, the Dutch test and the adrenal test and all of that, it's gonna cost you around $1,500. Plus the consultation, you're talking about $2,000. And then the next consultation, when you have the results, then we're talking about $2,500. I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, that is a lot of money. Like, I'm from Mexico, and I need to multiply that for times 25 or 20. So that's a lot of money. And when you pay that, you expect certain results, right? But anyways, you can feel the tension, right? So here's the thing. You don't really need to spend that much of amount of money in tests. The point that I want to come across is, why do they want to test your stool? Because the stool tells you everything about your health. Your stool is going to tell you everything. If your stool is yellow, that means you're not digesting fats. There are two organs that help you digest the fats, the pancreas and the liver. If your stool is tearing apart, that means that there's some problem in the absorption of nutrients in your colon, like sort of diarrhea, right? You might have a dysbiosis. That means you have more bad bacteria than good bacteria, but that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. I'm gonna show this to you on a lamina. So it's not so complicated. It's really not that complicated, but the more they throw out, like, when I was in business, I used to remember that they say that if you really want to take over somebody, like if you want somebody to just get them confused, like throw so much information at that person, drown them in information, that like papers and papers and books and books and books. So at the end of the day, that person is gonna be like, what the fuck, there's too much information, I don't know how to solve this. So that's how you dominate someone's mind. You drown that person in information. It's an information attack, and that's what they're doing to you and to me and to everybody. The more we drown you in information, the less you're gonna be able to learn. But I want to simplify this to you, because I have a purpose. Like, something is pushing me into getting this out there, into getting you this information, giving you this information, so that you know this and you don't fall into their hands and they don't squeeze every single dime out of you. I don't have any problem with doctors making money. I don't have a problem with that. But here's what I have a problem with. If you like money, and if you're watching this video, I'm telling you this, it's a direct message. If you like money, go into real estate, man. Go into finance. Go to some other industry. If you want to make millions, go to some other industry. But don't profit from people's suffering. I don't like that. I don't think that's fair. When you're a doctor, you're supposed to have a mission, like vocation. You're supposed to have that will to help, not to squeeze people out of their money and squeeze them everything out. So I'm gonna try to simplify this to you, right? In reality, it's not that complicated, okay? So that's the digestive system. I made another video on another channel for this, but I want to make it on this channel. So this is the digestive system. This is where all chronic illness generates. Here, right here. Like, I'm not talking about the fact if you were already born with a certain condition, like you were born unhealthy, this video is not going to help you. But if you were healthy and then you develop a chronic illness, this video is going to help you. So this is the whole digestive system. This is the factory that makes your body. Here, you throw in the food, and this is where the factory takes all the nutrients to make your nails, your hair, your tissues, your organs. Like we are constantly in a catabolic state, like we are every single day, like hair is falling off and then another new hair is coming back, and this is the factory of everything. Now you need to drop in the required nutrients, and this takes care of assimilating them and turn it into matter. Now, step number one, I'm gonna try to do this very simple. Step number one is, this is the stomach. Now in the stomach, you need to have proper amount of hydrochloric acid. If you have the proper amount of hydrochloric acid, that means that you're going to be able to break down the food and break down pathogenic bacteria. If you have low stomach acid, you're not going to be able to break down the food, and you're not going to filter or kill the pathogenic bacteria, and then you're going to have an invasion into the intestines and everywhere. So that's the first line of defense. Second, you have two organs here that are very important: the pancreas and the liver. So the liver is going to produce bile, push it out through the gallbladder, and that bile works as a detergent that is going to wash out all the pathogenic bacteria and is going to help you digest all the fat-soluble vitamins. So if you are deficient in fat-soluble vitamins, you have a problem with the bile. You might have something called cholestasis or cholestasis. I speak Spanish, so sometimes I use Spanish words, and I also speak French, so bear with me. So cholestasis means choles from cholesterol, fat, stasis from stagnation. So if you have that stagnation, that means the bile is not flowing properly. Then what happens is that you're gonna start having in the intestine something called putrefaction. So putrid food that is putrefying here. And if you have a look at nature, and I said this again and again, if you have a look at nature, don't look at the books, just have a look at nature. If you have a look at nature, you're going to see that an apple doesn't have fungus. It only has fungus when it's going bad. When the tissue, you cut it off and it starts putrefying, then the fungus is going to come to do its job. Nature created fungus to eat putrefaction organisms. Now, if you have candidiasis or candidiasis, how you call it in English, that's because you have putrefaction. If you have proper bile, the bile is going to push out all the pathogenic bacteria, it's going to help you digest. You won't have candidiasis. If you have a problem with the pancreas, that means something that really happened to me. I lost a lot of muscle mass, lost a lot of weight. They didn't tell me that. They had the opportunity to tell me that, and this is the reason why I'm making this video, to expose these mofos and expose them and hit them hard where it hurts. Now, the pancreas makes the pancreatic enzymes. If you have pancreatic insufficiency, you won't be able to digest your foods, to break it down into small particles so that you can assimilate it. There are many reasons why you could have problems with the pancreas. Now, one of them is you're not getting the proper nutrients. Like, you could be deficient, right, in amino acids, in certain amino acids. Now, the pancreas, for example, if you want to fix the pancreas, there are certain amino acids and certain things that I can put all the research. Like, for example, there's people who has taken melatonin, and melatonin happens to be an anti-inflammatory. And people with cancer, pancreatic cancer, or rats with pancreatic cancer have gotten way much better in the regeneration of the pancreas just by taking 1 milligram of melatonin. Now, I'm not saying that's going to fix the problem. There are many other things that come into play, like from the research that I've done, like tryptophan is the precursor of melatonin. You also need GABA. You're going to find amounts of GABA on the pancreas. And GABA, it's derived, the precursor of GABA is glutamic acid or glutamine. And you're also going to find, how do you call this? Tyrosine. Tyrosine is very important because it ends up converting serotonin, dopamine. So those things are very important. But you also need, for example, the research, carnosine, carnitine has been found to help clear out the fat from the pancreas, to help it work properly. There's another type of reason that you could be having problems with your pancreas, and that could be endotoxins. So you have a biofilm that is blocking the fungus, that is blocking the surge of pancreatic enzymes. That could be cleared out with mebendazole. Mebendazole, it's originally a how do you call this? Anti-emetic to kill parasites, but it has very powerful biofilm disruptor effect. Like that. It's the fastest that I've seen. There are also proteolytic enzymes that could help you to do that. But that is a subject for another video. So the purpose of this video right here is I want you to understand how have they designed the system in order to lock you in once you're sick. And now that you're here, you can't go out because now you're sick, baby, and you don't know how to get out. And we're gonna make it very complicated for you to learn and get it done by yourself. So that's the purpose of this video. I want to stick it out up their ass, because things should not be like that. I say it again. If those guys like money, they need to go somewhere else. That's my point of view. I'm not a communist. I do believe that if you want to make money, like if you love money, if you want to become rich, dude, there's many things that you can do, right? But health, I don't think that's the industry where you should go. Like there's certain industries that you shouldn't go if you like money. It shouldn't be allowed to profit from people's misery, because that's what makes we end up with a pandemic of people suffering from cancers, a pandemic of people suffering from diabetes, and they know the cure. Those are some videos I'm gonna make regarding those subjects. So I suggest you to subscribe, and I'm gonna share at least everything that I have done on my end on research. I make like research all the time. I'm always researching. There's something I just love that. So yeah, when people see there's an industry where they can make millions or trillions of dollars, then it tends to turn into something corrupted. So that's it for today. I would like to know, what are your comments? What if you have consulted with Dr. Hyman? What are your thoughts on it? And well, I just would like to connect with people, right? That's the reason why I'm making these videos. I would like to meet some more people. I would like to make connections with people from everywhere. I would like to make friends. So shoot me a message. I'd like to meet you. See you around, and take care.